Hey, how's it going? Hope you all had a good Halloween. I guess got pretty busy, as you might have noticed, but yeah, and I still couldn't pass on the opportunity to do something special for this episode, Somepony to watch over me, so hope you all enjoyed that. But anyway, though, yeah, this one, had to go out of my way for this one, because it's an episode not quite like any we've had before. I mean, I guess my votes on these episodes, they've been pretty much all across the board. I mean, there have been comedic episodes that I thought were great, and some that I thought totally failed, one or two, and then yeah, same with the more serious ones. I thought we've had great adventures and day in the life episodes, and bad ones too, and mixed episodes, and boring episodes, and episodes that were more weird than anything else. But yeah, this is the kind of episode that I really, truly never thought I'd get from this show. An episode that's so bad it's good. I mean, I'm not like this. Just starting out. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that out of the ordinary. Starting out, just like debate is Apple Bloom old enough to stay home by herself? Just and every little kid loves the thought of hitting that age. Just yeah, being able to brush the adults out of their hair a little bit, and so yeah, and they set up too that Applejack is gonna have to grow to accept that she is gonna have to learn to trust her and let her fears about it go, even though there are some good, sometimes there's a good cause for that, but regardless, but yeah, it seems like it drops the ball on that early on. It just like Applejack is running back. She convinces herself that Apple Bloom cannot take care of herself and starts forcing herself on Apple Bloom. After we've seen their relationship in the past, how they work together so well, how Apple Bloom actually does treat her sister really well with a lot of respect. Was actually teaching Rarity a thing or two about that, and in fact teaching Rarity sort of a lesson she's learning now to I guess yeah, not force herself on her sister so much, not be so, I mean, similar, not the same, but you get it. But yeah, now they go back on it. Applejack is totally condescending, much like Spike in Spike at Your Service. She just everything you tell her goes in one ear and out the other. And I mean, yeah, it's just totally condescending and obnoxious. I mean, we want to see This episode's already got us behind Apple Bloom's perspective, and I mean, we want to see her prove what we've already seen her prove. But yeah, the episode's just making sure she's not going to have any ways to do that, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, Applejack, just when it seemed like the show was sort of making a comeback with her, bringing her back in with a really fresh, not new take, but a really fresh take on her, building her again. Yeah, now they're back to just whatever. Like, we don't care. She's condescending if we need her to be. It just we don't even really care what she is. Just it's more the purposes she serves. But so yeah, it just seems like it's totally bungled there, and then it keeps going. Like, it's not ashamed of it, just the opposite. It keeps going until it just becomes like insane. Just, yeah, Applejack. Not only does she not want Apple Bloom to be by herself, not only did she. It's not just staying home isn't enough. Just being there to watch her or telling her that she can't do dangerous things. That's not enough. That's not enough. No, she's tying pillows to rakes, so she can't. Yeah, now you can't use the rake anymore. But no, as long as Apple Bloom can't hurt herself with it, tying nets to every tree in the place. The thing with the safety helmet. I mean, that was like again. And then she. The last time it happens, she just puts another one on top of the safety helmet because she's insane. I mean, yeah, it's just like, where did this come from? It just like it's not even really recognizable, apart from the characters, not really even recognizable as an episode of this show anymore. It just like takes everything about it and moves it into just like a whole new, just insane sort of territory, to the point where it actually becomes kind of funny in its whole new warped perspective. Like Applejack with the second helmet over the first one, and the how she's almost like Pepe Le Pew, just like hopping after Apple Bloom with a big smile on her face, and just, yeah, you can't tell her to take a hike, and the Crusaders deciding to conspire against her, that, yeah, they both put on a bow of apple blooms and hide under the covers like they're sleeping in her bed, like, yeah, and we can both do it. That way, if one of us gets tired, the other one can take over. Just, yeah, that was, okay, that was actually a clever line, but, yeah, this time they stop the song short when they decide there's no time for a song. They just have to run for it as fast as they can, and, okay, so yeah, and now, it shifts, though, from the Day in the Life episode. Yeah, why not? They take it to a fire swamp and throw a chimera in there, and I will admit, the chimera was cool. That was, like, the shot where they have it coming out of the shadows. It looks like maybe a manticore or something, just like a lion's head and a tail, and then actually, it's a tiger head, I said in the video, but it looks like a lion's head at first, but yeah, it moves out of the way, and then there's another head behind it that slides up, and then the snake's head. That was excellent shot right there, and, Apple Bloom, though, the struggle to escape it, it's, like, goofy and, I guess, fast-paced at the same time, just tying it up with the snake's head while just desperately trying to get away from it. She runs the apple cart up the hill and over the other side, and then after she gets that out of harm's way, it approaches her again, and she decides she's just cornered for no reason, and then Applejack shows up, and, yeah, just uses all of the gimmicks, a different gimmick for each head to get rid of it, and I pointed out, yeah, I think a chimera is supposed to be a lion's head, so changing it to a tiger's head is kind of odd when she's using a lion tamer's chair to take it on, but, I don't know, I guess they thought, like, because they're all the heads are supposed to be sisters, I guess they thought the female lion head wasn't intimidating enough, I don't know, but, anyway, yeah, then, okay, Applejack takes it on. She, even though she's beaten it, she needs to throw in a hunk of ricotta cheese just to make sure she's done something to all three heads, even though that did absolutely nothing. And then, yeah, she gets Apple Bloom out of there. Apple Bloom now has done something pretty stupid that actually should kind of prove that she's not responsible enough. But because Apple Bloom got the cart slightly farther than Applejack expected, that's what proves that she is responsible. That's what proves that she can take care of herself. Just like, we don't care. We're just having fun with this one, aren't we? Yeah, let's go deliver the pies to the Cajun Swamp Pony Stoners. I don't know, maybe this episode got stereotype accusations. I don't even know who could really care that much. I mean, I don't even think it was trying to do much of anything with that other than just be random and off the wall and whatever. So, oh wow. This is just insane. I mean, I don't know if it's like so much that it's worth watching more than once. I mean, just even going back through it enough to create the first part, going back to the story, what is it? Tales to lull you to sleep. I think I'm starting to have fun with that, actually. But, okay, yeah, just even to the extent I had to look back through it to do that, yeah, it wasn't, like, as entertaining the second time. I mean, I do kind of feel like I only had to see it once, just, like, the surprises it dishes out, how, like, you're not expecting it to go that weird or that random. I think that, yeah, just once might have been enough, but, even so, I mean, jeez, and... Okay, so, of course, after the episode was done, I just had to know who wrote it, so, yeah, I actually bothered to look this one up, and it was written by Scott, Sonneborn, I guess? Sonneborn? I'm gonna pronounce it wrong no matter how I say it, but, anyway, and his previous writing credits, I was not too surprised to see, include a lot of stuff from MTV, and, something called Skunk Fu, which... Yeah, so just every single thing on his resume sounds like just the opposite of any version of My Little Pony, really, but, especially this one, which, I have no idea, though. I mean, if he just got the premise, it sounded like every lame premise he tried not to write for every part of his career or something, so he just decided that, whatever he wrote, if he tried to play it straight, was going to be lame, so he was just going to do whatever he wanted. More power to you, sir. If you, yeah, I mean, if you just figured you were going to just go for entertainment because you couldn't get behind anything else you wrote, I mean, you brought something to the table. This is much akin to Spike at your service for just how much it really doesn't care about what the characters are doing in this, about how it's just like all of it is just such an excuse for these hijinks. But that this one, though, what I will give it is it feels, what I'm praising it for, it feels the opposite of obligatory, because that one, I mean, it felt like, let's just make an excuse so we can throw a bunch of lame hijinks around, maybe a couple of them will be funny, but, just something for it. But no, this one, I mean, it's legitimately stuff we haven't seen before. It's just, I mean, it's nothing, if nothing else, it is creative, and it is kind of clever once it takes it to this new place. It has some good lines. I mean, maybe it's really not even fair to say it's so bad it's good, but I mean, that's just how I'd describe it in a nutshell. It does, like, nothing right character-wise, or just development-wise, or as far as the moral goes, but I mean, it seems like it doesn't even care. It manages to successfully be entertaining, in part because it's so nonsensical, which, okay, maybe not quite the same thing as being so bad it's good, but it's close enough so that, yeah, that's how I'd describe it in a nutshell. And I mean, Spike at Your Service was, I thought, just, poorly structured and not funny, not very creative, so, okay, that's the difference here. But, okay, so I mean, I don't know if, well, actually, this might be a good time to bring this up, because I think doing these projects, there's been, like, debate back and forth. A lot of you in the comments section have points to make about how, the episode, it might be more on key than I realize, and sometimes I'll answer back, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like you're keeping me on my toes, and really keeping me sharp on how I analyze this stuff, and I think that this one, because it's come up a lot of times how you can technically justify some of the stuff the characters do. Just most recent example is probably Pinky's Pride, where we've seen her overreact to stuff before, so maybe the existential crisis wasn't so out of character. And I mean, my take on that is, like, I guess my answer to that, especially considering this episode, would be that, if you are creative enough, or I mean, you remember enough, you probably could think of an explanation for, well, not anything. I mean, there is a line even going that far out that, but you probably could think of an explanation for most anything they would reasonably throw at you, but, that doesn't mean it's good writing. That doesn't mean that it's something that is likely to happen, or something that is woven into the story very well, or just the best place you could have gone with this character. And it certainly doesn't mean that it wasn't done just to to take a shortcut in swinging for whatever emotion or direction the writers wanted to do. It doesn't mean it's not a shortcut. And I mean, and I can understand, like, because, like, this thing with Applejack, we've seen her want to protect Apple Bloom before, but I just don't think it was quite like that. And it certainly, I mean, wasn't when she came back, just like one misunderstanding that she just closes down and she's condescending, and she's never really been like this condescending over something like this before. And I think where that's that's why, at least from a character standpoint, it doesn't really work, because, if they had somehow found a way to bring her there that felt more connected to points we've seen, or if they'd found a way to do the same angle, but with something, instead of just her being condescending, with instead something she really did have to go insane about, like, I don't know, maybe the Chimera monster had just moved out of the swamp, and she thought it could strike at any second, and then so she's going crazy to protect Apple Bloom, like that. Probably would have, something like that at least, probably would have fit a little better. It's, I mean, it could all, well, in cases like this, I think it's very easy to see where it's rushed and where it doesn't fit very well, and I could see wanting to accept like what would be the explanation for it, because I mean, whether a good day, bad day, you're there to enjoy it. You don't show up to not have a good time. But I do think it is worth pointing out when it doesn't do it as well as it could, because there are episodes that do manage to pull it off much better, and when it's, I guess, worth noting that that's more what you're going for, because that's what the greatest episodes are made of, and that's what it takes. I mean, that's organized, categorizing the best to worst, and that's seems to be, well, since I'm going through all of them, I mean, it's not like, I mean, everyone obviously can't be like the best 50-50 or terrible, but anyway, there's the overlong explanation for that. But okay, so but this episode, in spite of the fact that it doesn't even care about it's like really sloppy. That's why I would almost say it just, I mean, where the badness comes with why I say it's so bad it's good, not just it's a fun burst of insanity where it just doesn't care so much, but in not caring, it's like it I don't know, it establishes that early on that it really doesn't care, so it's easier to cut ties with the notion that it should right away, and it redeems itself by being very entertaining in what it becomes. So, I mean, it's it's almost, and because it cut ties with the stuff you would normally care about so long ago, it's like you don't really have any worries enjoying it. It's just like, sure, you want to make no sense, you want the moral to be something that should be that is not a moral at all, or should prove the opposite to Applejack. I mean, whatever, you've already gone insane. It almost just adds to the insanity and the goofiness, the entertainment factor. So, okay, this was definitely worth seeing once. But anyway, so who knows where they're gonna go with after this. I mean, I don't know if Mr. what's his name, that's starts with S, that I can't pronounce, if he rubbed off on the staff after this, or if they decided that, okay, we need to not repeat what he just did, because I've had a few warnings about this one. It doesn't seem like the most popular one for obvious reasons, so no idea. But either way, the next episode is Mod Pie, and we'll see what that has to offer. So take care, see you there.